Certain times on the SAT where the College Board starts to sound like a crazy person, and this is one of them. So if you read the question, a lot of times people not really understand what it's talking about. You are presented with an equation, but then we are given this phrase that the equation has no solution. So the word solution is possibly the SAT's favorite word, and it means different things depending on which context you are in. So here, something that's always good when they present you with an equation like that is to kind of identify what kind of equation you're dealing with. And here on the SAT, you can only deal with three. You have your linear equations, you have your quadratics, and then also you have exponential. So if you said linear, you would be correct. So as long as there's no exponents or anything like that, and it's all flat up here, you're definitely dealing with a linear equation. So what is this thing about no solution? There's different ways of thinking about it. One of my favorites is to think about it visually. So if you think about the x over here and the x over here, if we bring the x over to the other side, what is going to happen? Let's try it. So 21px equals 3x plus 84. So what I'm going to try to get you to see is that this could actually represent two lines crossing. So if you rewrite the left side as 21px and rewriting the right side is 3x plus 84. When we set them equal to each other, what we're trying to do is find where they cross. In other words, where they have a solution. So if you think about it, how can we get two lines to not cross? Two straight lines, that is. And if you said parallel lines, you would be correct. So what is the characteristic that we know about parallel lines? They have the same slopes. So if we know that the slope of y is 3 on this side, what would be the value that would make the same here? And if you said 1/7, that would be correct. So that's one way of doing it. If you weren't super sure about this no solution situation with two straight lines, you could also kind of just try all the answers. This is definitely what I call a PITA pattern, or plug in the answer pattern. Anytime you have real numbers in the answer choices, you're free to just pop them in and see which one even remotely makes sense to you. So if we put 0 in, it wouldn't make sense because notice, we actually would get some kind of value for x once we do the math, right? So, but if we pop in 1/7, there's a strange thing that happens because 21 divided by 7 is actually 3. So you would end up with this scenario. That would cancel out, which means you're ending up with something like that. So if you're looking at this and scratching your head, but then you realize, well, we're supposed to find no solution, and that kind of looks like no solution, then that would be the correct answer, which is B.